Hey y'all. So we got all the posts set and temporarily braced up. I have two more posts set, and I'm not going to set any more posts until I get um, the runners and the walls built on the root cellar. So that way I can start backfilling the dirt around the structure, and because I don't want to put the side posts in until I get the dirt cleared out, so I can get the tractor in here and move the dirt. Um, these front posts, these are 8 feet apart, so I can still get the tractor between them. These other ones are 6 foot, so I don't want to try to squeeze the tractor in between those um, and risk hitting them. So that's why I'm waiting on the other posts to put those down. So right now I'm going to start working on my bands, cut my bands to length, and start installing those. And once the bands are in, um, I'm going to try to get these squared up with the lines as best I can. And but they're all um, pretty well in line. Some of them are just maybe about, a half inch at the most, skewed one way or another. I checked the level on them. They're all uh, level. Some of them, like that one on the other side, the middle post, I did bump it when I was putting the other post in and just knocked it back a little bit. So I'm going to straighten it back up and put the bands on. We'll work on getting them cut right now. Alright, hey guys, so what I have here, I have some 30% vinegar, some pine tar, and over here I have a jug of boiled linseed oil. what I plan on doing with the boards, the wall boards or planks that are going around the root cellar, I'm not going to sit there and char all of them. For one, it's a lot of boards, but even more importantly, I feel like it messes with the integrity of the board. I want them to be as square as I can and butt them up as best I can. And I think with the 1-inch thickness, when I started burning some for this, it felt like they were getting pretty flimsy, and I don't want to ruin the integrity of the wood. What I'm trying to do is just preserve it, because it's going to be in contact with the ground, or at least be in contact with a tarp, then the ground. So I've heard that pine tar is good, and also vinegar is good. Vinegar will acetylize wood and make it I guess hard, like impermeable to water. And pine tar is a antimicrobial, so that should help with from mold, mildew, and stuff building up on the wood. Now, linseed oil will coat and keep like a protective layer on the wood, but linseed oil also is prone to mold and mildew and stuff. So I'm going to put the pine tar in there, see if that helps, plus with the vinegar, which will kill mold and mildew too. I'm hoping that'll be a good combination, where the linseed oil will help it spread on there and soak into the wood. So we'll see how that works. But anyhow, I have a 32-ounce container here, which I know is not going to be enough. It'll be enough to get started. I ordered a gallon of this stuff. But right now I just have this container that I've been using to pour linseed oil in. I think I'm going to get roughly half of this pine tar, put it in this, put enough vinegar in there to thin it out, make it a liquid, so to speak, if it will, and then put that in here with linseed oil. We'll see how that works. And not that these measurements really particularly mean anything, but I'm just trying to have some type of gauge on how much I'm using and putting in here. So this is already fairly liquid. It's very liquidy. I was thinking it would be really thick. Of course, I'm thinking back on this, I may have already mixed some of this. Thinking about 3 of these. So that'll be a third linseed oil and then a third of the pine tar and vinegar. Alright, I added another half a cup of the vinegar, so that would make a whole cup of vinegar. So that'd be 3 parts linseed oil, 1 part vinegar, and then a half a part of the pine tar. And then I also added a part of water, because like I said, it is a 30% vinegar. So I'm trying to just get it to where it's more, gets in there, because it was still a little thick, and I want it to get into the pores. So there is a truth to doing this stuff by yourself, especially when you're filming it. There's no hand to say, hey, hand me that, or hold this, or can you grab that real quick. So this is an extremely slow process when you're doing it by yourself, and when you're filming it doing it by yourself, because you got to get out, move the camera, turn it off, turn it on. So it's a learning process. It's not advantageous at all to be in a rush. Um, I'm happy when I get things done, and when I don't, I'm just like, well, that's part of it. So, and then trying to balance this out with, just day-to-day life and doing other things like the garden, and just trying to do some general maintenance on this property I just bought. It can get overwhelming, but I have to always remind myself, this is something that I wanted to do, and I feel this is something that God led me to do, or I'm just trying to teach others about just simplicity and not doing everything the way the rest of the world does it, but just on your own time, or on His time actually, and being okay with that. So I have expectations like everybody else, but I'm learning, and He is teaching me to um, not worry so much about my expectations and what I feel like I should get done, but what I can get done and what He allows me to get done. Um, and also, how can I be a blessing to others? That's the biggest thing. That's what I'm really trying to learn how to do, is to not focus so much on myself, but others. And that's a battle. That one's a battle. So this one has an arch to it. Someone's trying to get that one in so I can get that middle bow down into this. That one went through. That was the first one I've had go through. I'm using 4-inch screws. Whenever I can, I like to try to put these screws in, like I'm putting this one in first instead of the corner one. So when I put this screw in here, it's drawing that board this way at an angle. So ultimately it's pulling it that way a little bit. So I'm trying to draw it in and then make sure it's tight against this corner. So I'll suck it up this way and then I'll take that one. Because if I start it right here, whenever I draw it in, I'm drawing that board this way and pulling it away from the corner a little bit. So start here, pull to the corner, and then I'll put that one in and then the other.